Football Netball League. This one should be an absolute beauty. Skies are a little bit overcast, but no rain just as yet. And the wind has settled down since the reserves game, which, by the way, was an absolute corker. Lower Plenty by a goal. If that's anything to go by, we should have another beauty here in the seniors. And we are underway. And the big ruckman gets up there, Tommy Blake for Lower Plenty. And the high kick goes in towards half forward, bring the ball to ground. A little handball out to Munga. He's got a bit of space to snap one towards goal for the first of the day for Lower Plenty. But it's just stayed in the field of play. It's just pitched inside the boundary line and rolls out for a boundary throw in forward pocket.
Didn't think the Panthers expected that one to go out so quickly. Lower Plenty a fast start throughout that midfield, and they need to keep doing that early to put the Eltham defenders on notice.
Ball to be thrown in, deep inside the forward pocket, as just mentioned. Porter doing the ruck work, flicks it out the back, looking for Patterson. Sacco at ground level. Now a whistle has gone. Ball's in the hands of Jesse Freeman, and he's going to take the advantage from this free kick. No, the umpire said, go back over your mark. And Wachinga at full back. He goes short, finds Louis Glasgow, takes the mark at half back. That's a dangerous ball into Taglieri. He was looking for the skipper, didn't find him, puts his defence under pressure, has to go back in for it. Glasgow coughs it up, and the first goal of the day is scored by Alex Alderton for Lower Plenty. Well, great start for the Bears. I
just talked about that pressure the Eltham forward line were capable of doing. The Lower Plenty have just shown just that in their forward 50. Their ability to keep it in their attacking half. Throughout the stoppages, they've been able to have a lot of numbers around the football. And at the end of the day, it just results in a goal. We know Lower Plenty have been able to do that throughout the season. And they've just got to keep doing that pressure as well. Put Eltham on notice. They haven't really had that much pressure, Eltham, over the last few games. So it's going to be interesting to see if the Bears can keep this one up.
Ball has not been inside Eltham's forward half so far. Fantastic start by Lower Plenty. There's one straight 6 plays, 0-0-0. And up nice and high again, it's Blake doing a great job there. Early days in the middle. Quick kick comes out of the congestion by Dorbolo. Didn't go to its intended target. And then a big tackle is laid on Tommy Rogers in the middle. It's going to be a stoppage.
Umpire's going to ball it up just in front of centre wing, scoreboard side. Tap out to Blake. Ball's there in the middle. Lower Plenty able to get out. I think it's Dorbolo. Kick inside 50. No marks there for Lower Plenty. Out in bounds. Who's that? Mackay gets it inside. Forward shot. Not there. Is that Dolan? Dolan gets it in there. And it's holding the ball. Umpire's paid holding the ball there against Barden it is. Sorry, my bad. Barden there. Eltham are able to get the kick through number 7 who's... Sullivan. Sorry, my bad. Sullivan gets the ball. McCappa, unfortunately, able to get the mark there. Tackle inside. No. Umpire's paid a hole in the ball. Hole in the man, sorry.
This is the pressure I was talking
Carafa.
about. The pressure I was talking about here from both sides is going to be the difference between the two sides.
It is hot early. And off half back, there's a short kick going into the corridor to Michael Still, who's presented nicely.
It's 50 metres. Umpire's paid 50. I think it's approaching the mark.
And you don't want to be giving 50s away to this man. Eltham hadn't entered their forward half until this point. And now Michael Still, who kicked 6 goals last week, is going to have an opportunity from 50 metres out.
That 50 metres was against Ryan Garay, I believe it was. He was within that 5 metres distance which the umpires like to give for the kickers.
So it's actually going to be Tom Evans with the kick. It's not Still, who I initially thought had it. And Evans has been a solid, more than a solid player for Eltham since he crossed over at the start of last year. That kick is on its way. That kick is a beauty from 50 metres out, straight through the middle, and Eltham get the instant reply. 1 goal straight 6, Lower Plenty 1 goal straight 6.
That's why you don't give 50s away between these two sides. Eltham just taking full advantage of it, and they've able to find the first goal. They just needed a quick start, Eltham, that's all they got, and you can just tell the competitiveness of these both sides. Both pressure acts from both teams in both forward halves have just been outstanding, and it's going to be a telling sign that this game will continue to be just a full pressure attack.
So Tommy Evans gets the first one for Eltham after Alex Alderton got the first one for Lower Plenty. And it's up nice and high again, and Evans wins it down this time, charging through, handball over the top there from Keys. He finds his teammate Gray, who's been good this year. He's been named in the best as the defensive midfielder off half-back. High kick came to the man who took the mark in sleep. He wants to turn and go straight away, sends it deep towards full forward. 2-on-2 contest. Patterson can't quite get his hands on it. Curry sends it over the line, so deep in the left forward pocket here for the Bears. It's going to be thrown in. Combative start to this one. Top of the table clash here in A+ Labour Solutions Division 2. It is a goal apiece. Early days here, first quarter. And the two rucks to go at it again. It's Evans and Porter. Evans won it convincingly. Ricocheted off a couple. Tackled straight away, though, was Louis Glasgow by the opposition ruckman Porter. So it's going to be a secondary stoppage. About 25 metres out from the Lower Plenty goal. Dangerous spot if you're an Eltham fan. Good spot to have it in if you're a Lower Plenty fan. Ball at ground level. Trying to get through was Dorbolo. He got wrapped up in a big tackle. And we'll go again. Third stoppage, same position. Rucks set up once again. And it's Evans out the back, searching for Rogers. Mackay had his hands on it for a sec. Freeman taken down, possibly pushed in the back. Umpire said yes, he was. So it'll be a Jesse Freeman ball at right half back for Eltham. He's got the switch on here if he wants to go for it. He hasn't executed perfectly. He's kicked it straight down the throat of Ryan Gray. We mentioned him a second ago. He's been named in the best multiple times for Lower Plenty this year as that defensive midfielder, just doing what he needs to, chopping off the balls off half-back.
When you go to do a kick like that, you got to be 100% certain. And there were three Lower Plenty blokes around there. Ryan Gray, just the one option there. Taking the mark. Here he is, coming in. Looks good off the boot, and it's a goal. Fantastic stuff from Ryan Gray, intercepting the mark there for Lower Plenty, and they go to 2 goals straight. 12 to Eltham's 1 goal 6.
It was very unlike Eltham's play there. We know how strong they've been off halfback, as we mentioned in the short pre-game we had, but it's just a disappointing kick throughout the middle of the ground. Any team that does that, you're always going to take the risk of turning it over, and unfortunately, in Eltham's case, it's done just that.
Well, the option was all right there from Jesse Freeman. I didn't mind the thinking, but the execution wasn't great. He needed to put a little bit more on that kick and get it to go over the back of that contest. Instead, he went a little bit short, and it was able to be chopped off there by Gray. 1 straight 6, Eltham. Lower Plenty, 2 straight 12. Umpire's whistle's gone in the middle here at Panther Place, and it's going to be another Lower Plenty ball.
I think free kick was against Reid for going in the square too early.
So it's Tommy Blake who takes it, hands it off, and then a long kick towards half forward. Best position there at the front of the contest was Tim Curry. Dropped the mark that he probably should have taken. Has to go back in and lay the tackle. He had help from Darcy Valance. So 52 metres out from the Lower Plenty goal. It's going to be thrown up at centre half forward. And again, it's Evans making good position in the ruck. Keys barrels his way through. Gray for his second in a minute if he can snap truly. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Hold in the goal square. It's going to be a free kick. And this is a great start by Lower Plenty. They have hit the ground running here in this one. Eltham haven't been able to get much fluent forward movement going. And is it the free kick going to go to Sleep or Patterson? They're both arguing over who should have it. It is going to be Sleep. And he's kicked a few this year. And he kicked another one now. And Lower Plenty get the early jump. It's a 12-point lead. 3 goals straight, 18 to Eltham, 1 straight 6. Great start for the Bears.
Well, the Bears have had the first 4 clearances of the game. Eltham yet to have a clearance throughout any stoppage whatsoever. And that's been the difference so far throughout these first 5 minutes of the quarter. Just their speed and their ableness to read the ball at every stoppage has been able to get them inside 50 as many times as they can. And the Eltham defenders just haven't been used to that pressure, and it's just been a result, and they're already Lower Plenty 3 straight now.
They're just worrying the Eltham defence with that long ball. It's just putting pressure on, and they're giving away free kicks, and then at ground level, the pressure, the tackling has been fantastic.
Evans in the ruck for Eltham, gets it, the tap out, ball's knocked out in there. Ball's out, here we go. Eltham get it out through
Rogers.
Rogers gets the kick inside to Laurie. Laurie unable to mark the ball. Crunching tackle from Meal, and Jepson gets it out there to Gray. Sorry, Gray kicks it inside. No mark there to Balance. Sorry, and then Glasgow Lewis of Lewis variety gets it inside 50. Lower Plenty able to take it out through Hinchcliffe, and ball's just bumping away there on the cricket pitch in the middle of the ground, and the umpire is going to do a ball up.
Evans taken down in a big tackle there. Just defensive side of centre here for Lower Plenty. It's going to be thrown up once again. It's going to be a good battle throughout the day. Evans and Tommy Blake, and it's Blake this time who knocks it forward. Glasgow sharked it, just threw it on the boot straight away, tumbles it up towards Brovidani, who broke a tackle, sent it back towards Glasgow, has to backtrack a bit, found O'Sullivan, high one from O'Sullivan out to the wing, one for the high fly, big punch out the back came from Curry, straight into the arms of Naismith. Naismith loopy one over the top, finds Dorbolo, he can run, he decides to use it by foot and he finds Barden. It's good measured ball movement there, after they were able to turn the ball over Lower Plenty, and that's a low bullet pass there from Barden. It goes straight to O'Sullivan at half-back. Good tackle by Patterson, locks him up. So once again, the tackling pressure just too much for Eltham at the moment. It's been fantastic by Lower Plenty in these early minutes. Rucks to go at it once more. It is Blake who gets good position, but hits it straight down to McCaffer. Haven't called his name yet. He's got his first touch. Rogers back to McCaffer, the 1-2. McCaffer tumbling banana ball up towards half forward. Still couldn't make it to the contest. Charging away off the line there was Page, and he did it nicely, and a beautiful kick into the middle to set up Barden. Barden turns and goes straight away, putting the pressure on once again with a deep entry. Matty Keys diving, almost took the fantastic mark in the forward pocket. But Eltham look like they're just going to get out of it and take it across the line. The pressure is hot. Wachinga taken over the line. Another big tackle.
Yeah, Eltham just looks shocked at the moment the way Lower Plenty have been using this pressure throughout the entire ground, not just the forward pocket. Very interesting to see how the Panthers can cope with this so far.
Porter, Evans. It's Evans, knocks it down. Eltham fighting to get out of this congestion. And that incorrect disposal from Brendan O'Sullivan it is. It's going to be another shot on goal here for Lower Plenty.
And guys, just Eltham going forward just don't look like they're having any meaningful possession inside forward 50, whereas Lower, every time they've gone inside 50 so far in this first quarter, they look like they're going to score. Even a long kick in from Barden just then, play not able to take the mark, but resulted in a throw in, and now they've got the free kick.
So Kieran Porter, just the 19 goals in his 55 games for Lower Plenty, and that one is a beauty. He's brought up his 20th for the club in senior footy, and he's brought up Lower Plenty's 4th for the day. They run away to an 18-point lead here midway through the first quarter around the grounds.
In A+ Label Solutions Division 2, Diamond Creek with the first 4 scoring shots of the day. They're 9, Banyule 1 behind. Epping are 2 behind, Fitzroy Stars yet to score, and Thomastown 2-3-15. Watsonia just the 1-1-7.
Around the ground scores will bring them to you all day on the NFNL Match of the Day here live on Plenty Valley FM. Here, Eltham, 1 straight 6, trailing Lower Plenty, 4 straight 24. The ladder leaders in a bit of trouble.
Blake and Evans in the ruck. Blake's able to get the tap out into the path of Glasgow. Lewis Variety kicks it inside 50, no mark, unable to be taken. Jepson's able to get it out through his Lower Plenty right now. Gets it into is that right wing. Is that Rogers? I think that's Rogers. Rogers, umpire's told him to play on now. He's kicked it on the left foot, looking inside for a target. And it's almost a mark from Lower, no mark taken. Kick inside now from Eltham, and unfortunately it's going to be maybe a hole in the man, not to be.
And the ball finally gets ushered over the boundary line there by Naismith and Brovidani, but there's a good spot for Eltham, deep inside the left forward pocket.
That was one of their most promising plays so far this game, going inside 50. Haven't really looked positive, but that was one of their more good ones.
There was real intent with that run there as Brovidani sharks it to Avramov. His handball back to Carafa, partially smothered. Carafa still able to get his hands on it, but he's wrapped up by 2 as soon as he did.
Well, they've only had the 2 inside 50s, Eltham, but when they have gone inside 50, they have been able to look attacking and in the way they're trying to go for their goals. Lower Plenty's half-back line has been impressive, but once they get it deep inside 50, Eltham, they just need to keep doing that and they'll find a way to score somehow.
Blake knocks it down out the back, searching for the boundary line and finding it. It's going to be another throw-in. So the ball just locked deep inside Eltham's forward 50 here just for the moment. Couple of stoppages right against the left behind post. And it's Reed doing the ruck work this time. He gets front position, knocked back into the congestion there by Keezels. Oh, free kick has been paid. I didn't quite see what that one was for.
Throw.
It was a throw, was it?
It was.
So here's going to be an opportunity for the Panthers. It's going to be Avramov from almost point blank range. It's about 20 metres out, just a slight angle, and you'd think he'd put this one through. He's become a senior player now. Mikhail Avramov played plenty of footy now for the Panthers. And he makes no mistake from pretty much point blank range. He's put it through. Eltham needed that one badly. It's back to 2 goals.
Well, Eltham's 2 goals have come from umpire and free kicks. The first one was a 50-metre penalty, of course, and that one for a throw on the ball. So it's not as if Eltham haven't been able to find the target. It's just that Lower Plenty have been just giving away the free kicks a little bit too easily. On that path, though, Lower Plenty, they did kick 29 behinds last week. They're already 4 straight, which is very impressive and is what you need when you're coming against the ladder leaders. And it's impressive so far. They just can't keep getting those sloppy handballs outside the back. It's going to cost them goals if they keep going.
They've taken every opportunity so far, Lower Plenty, but Eltham coming back into it with that last one. And the ball is knocked down out of the middle once again. It's heading towards the Eltham forward half. McCaffer's able to pick it up. Tumbles one inside forward 50. Bobbling ball, well done at the back by the Lowell Plenty defender, just gaining a bit of distance on the kick and rolling it out in front of the Eltham interchange bench.
Around the grounds for Meadows Greyhounds Division 1, Northcote Park and Greensborough level on 6 points apiece. Montmorency a fast start on Hurstbridge, 4 straight 24 to no score. Whittlesea also no score, Bundura 2-2-14.
Blake knocked it down. It was in the hands of Gray for a second, but his handball partially smothered Valance. Ushers it over the line. Another stoppage as we look at Heidelberg Golf Club Division 3.
Penton Hill 3-2-20, Reservoir yet to score. Mernda 1 goal to 8, the Kilmore 1 behind, and South Moranga 2 straight. Good start for Lorimer, they're only 1 behind.
Whistle has gone at the bottom of this stoppage. It was a beautiful tackle, but no prior opportunity there for Glasgow. Umpire to throw it up once again, right in front of our commentary position. And this time it's flicked out the back for Lower Plenty, and then a fist again towards the boundary line. Game is being played right in front of us here on the near wing.
And a lot of stoppages too. A lot of stoppages too between both sides. Just shows how much pressure has played an impact on this game so far between the two sides.
So perfect position for us to see this boundary throw, and the boundary umpire brings it back in. And then the ball is knocked down and tapped again towards the boundary line. It's going to be out in the full this time, I think. It's come off the foot of Gray. We had a perfect view of that. The boundary umpire said it's
a high knee.
Above the knee.
Above the knee.
So once again, rucks to go at it. It's Lane Sinclair for Eltham trying to get front position, and he's able to flick it back. Only as far as Gray, though. He's been busy early. And he's at the bottom of the pack once again. So, hot contested start. Plenty of pressure around the ball. Plenty of numbers around the ball here in this first quarter. Taking a tumble there, Corey Sleep. Gets back to his feet. He's all good. And it's Sinclair again who gets front position, works it down to Glasgow. Couldn't take clean possession. There's a whistle. It's a throw against Keys. So, it's going to be an Eltham ball. Jai Laurie with the ball. Too far out to score, 90 metres from home, so just pops it up to a dangerous area for someone to mark. Floating into the dangerous space was a couple of Lower Plenty defenders. Handball out to Dorbolo. His high one is going to get carried by the wind towards the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. So Eltham doing well here just to put the pressure on and lock the ball inside their forward half. Playing on straight away is the first game of Siriani, the 17-year-old, the youngest player on the ground. Sends it up towards full forward. Great mark taken there. Contested grab on the last line of defence by Dale Nolan. Seen Dale Nolan play forward for much of his career, but very cool head down back for Lower Plenty today. He sends it long in the Keys direction. He's 1 on 3 here. Almost still took the mark. Possibly could have got a free kick for a hold. Good work by McCaffer to work it out to Siriani and then to Valance, and then a high one towards full forward. Contest is made off the back. Laurie's going to try and crumb it. Avramov has his hands on it. He's wrapped up in a big tackle there by Aiden Meal. It's going to be another stoppage.
Lower Plenty can't afford Eltham to score here. They've had most of the plays we head to the 18th minute mark, and if Eltham score another one, it's only back to a goal, and it'll seem like all the hard work they've been doing throughout the middle and the back of the ground will go to waste.
Knocked down again. This time into the path of Louis Glasgow. He's been really busy in this first quarter. Back to Lane Sinclair, the ruckman, and then a partially smothered kick there from Wachinga. It eventually comes back to Louis Glasgow again. Sinclair gets it again. So they're sharing it around here, the Panthers. High kick, almost the one-handed spectacular mark there it was. But the snapping kick around the corner is going to go right towards the goal square. Glasgow once again, give it to McCaffer. He works it to Laurie. Not much time and space, but Avramov has half a second to snap it. But it's out to the right. One behind.
I think they've started to figure out Eltham a way to get inside that forward 50. They're now level on them in inside 50s entries, and they just need to find a way to get through to score. Unfortunately, couldn't get it there.
Four straight. First behind for the day, boys.
Yep, 4 straight 24. Lower Plenty, Eltham 2-1-13. Ben Pascuzzi.
Pushing the back against Eltham there, Brayden Taglieri. It's going to Jordan Jackson, I believe it is. Jordan Jackson kicks it long outside the 50. Balls there, contested possession. No one's really getting it out at the moment. And umpire's paid a free kick. High contact against Eltham, sorry.
Against Tim Curry.
And Lower going to be able to take it out here. Kicks it short. And it's out on the full. Costly error. He's coming around our side now. But balance it is for Eltham. just in front of us here, kicks it long inside 50, just the tip, and punch there goes down to Laurie, who's tackled, wrapped up straight away, and the umpire's going to call ball up about 45 metres out from Eltham's goal.
So late stages here in the first quarter has been enthralling. Lower Plenty made all the early running. They've put on 4 goals straight, but Eltham have come back hard in the second part of this first quarter. They're 2-1-13, so it is game on here at Panther Place. And underground handball came out of the stoppage there from Bronson Glasgow. The tackle was laid on the man who he was able to get it to. Couldn't quite see who that was, so it's going to be thrown up once again. And this time, Matty Keys at the bottom of the pack couldn't get his hands on it. Glasgow going in again. He's probably been Eltham's best player in this first quarter. No Anton Woods, and he's really lifted and stepped up in his absence.
He's had to step up, Louis Glasgow, with Woods being out, but he's doing well so far.
Sinclair, sorry, it's still doing the ruck work, knocked it down. Keys is able to work it out of congestion, but it's still a dangerous spot. Taglieri worked it almost to Bronson Glasgow. It ricocheted off a couple, now it's back to Keys. Hot pressure here at centre-half back for Lower Plenty. Hands and knees trying to pick it up. This time is Cronin. He sends it out wide. They might just get out of this one here. Kick from Hinchcliffe, goes up towards between wing and half forward. Good fist out the back there by Curry. He's going to have to get it back here from Valance. He got knocked off the ball. Now in dispute, Barden flicks it out the back, finds Patterson. Loopy handball from him. Hand on it for a second was McCaffer, but Page now gives it off. Kick inside forward 50 is not a bad one. And it's allowed Monga to find a little bit of space. He sends it to the top of the goal square. Intercept mark, a much needed one there from Tommy Rogers. He takes it at full back and he wants to go straight away. He's got Valance out wide. He uses him. Chipping kick over the top's not perfect for Bronson Glasgow, but he's got Louis there to help him out. And he gets it back now, Bronson. Sends it up towards wing and half forward where Wachinga takes the mark. 90 metres out from home, too far to score. Sends it towards half forward. Avramov's going to have to go. He was courageous. Couldn't bring down the mark. Keys in there. Porter in there. Bodies crashing left, right and centre here for both these sides. It's going to be locked up. It sneaks out the back there for Hinchcliffe. He can't quite get his hands on it properly. And it's going to be locked up at Eltham's half-forward line, 52 metres out from goal.
You feel like they've had 7 inside 50s, Eltham, so far, but not one mark inside 50 so far. They just need to find a couple of targets throughout the pockets, use the space of that inside 50 and hopefully get a couple of shots on goal, because their attacking pressure has been pretty impressive in the last 10 minutes of this quarter.
McCaffer out of the stoppage and kicks the goal of the day. What a corker from Brent McCaffer. Just roved the tap magnificently. And that was a picturesque, perfect snap around the corner from 45 metres.
We know how good Eltham are in those situations, and it's just taken them a little while to warm up. But McCaffer, with the experience at hand, he just knew where to read that ball throughout that contested stoppage. He found it and just snapped it, and he knew where the goals were straight away. And suddenly, it's only back to 5 points, leaving Lower Plenty a bit confused, because Eltham have had most of the play for the last 5 minutes. They just weren't able to find the goals, and they have now, and Lower Plenty suddenly on the ropes a little.
Only a handful of players in the A+ Labour Solutions Division 2 competition capable of a goal like that. Brent McCaffer is one of those. Collingwood Premiership player, of course. As Rogers sends it towards half forward. Tracking it there was Carafa, but he couldn't keep it in.
All right, Meadows Greyhounds Division 1 update. Northcote Park 12, Greensborough 2-1-13. Montmorency still ahead against Hurstbridge. It's 5-1-31 to 2 goals straight 12. Heidelberg 12, West Preston 18. And Bundura 33 plays Whittlesea 6.
So here's Lower Plenty. They've got it right in front of our commentary position. There's Keys, who handballed to a teammate. He got smacked down in the tackle straight away. It was the first goal scorer, Alderton, but he copped a high one, I think, there. Gives it off by hand to Gray, who's been very lively for Lower Plenty in this first term. Coming over the top, trying to take the intercept mark there was Valance. Soccer and kick off the ground is another goal for Lower Plenty. So they make the instant reply. That Porter there, yep, he's kicked 2. He's been vital so far in this first quarter. The big man Porter just creating a contest, bringing the ball to ground, and the follow-up there was fantastic.
And there were so many Eltham players around that football, but none of them could get a hand on it. The bounce might have tricked them a little bit, but at the end of the day, it was just a fantastic read of the play. And we know, we've been saying it already so far this game, both sides have a strong ability to read the play of the ball when it goes in the contested area. But yeah, it's just exactly what the Bears needed, and now back to 11 points. It can really set them up for a strong foundation as they head towards quarter time, with it being 24 1/4 minutes gone in the first.
So umpire just about ready to ball it up. Blake and Evans in the rucks. Ball's up. Evans able to get the tap down for Eltham. Maybe a hole in the man. Yes, it is. It's going to Louis Glasgow. Yes, it is. Lewis Glasgow kicks short, finds a man, unable to find a man. Still finds it though. It is Braden Taglieri. Kicks it inside, finds the man in Carafa, who's tackled immediately. And the kick is out of bounds on the full, unfortunately, for Eltham. Looked promising, that position, that play, but Dale Nolan will be able to take the kick in for Lower Plenty.
And Nick, you spoke a moment ago about Eltham needing to find a target inside forward 50. Well, Luke Wachinga has gone inside forward 50 for Eltham. Started in defence today, so already made that switch, the Panthers.
Of course, kick 5 in round 1 here against Diamond Creek. They'll be looking for a bit of that this afternoon, the Eltham Panthers. And the ball currently at half forward here for Eltham, about 55 metres out from the goal at left half forward. So, knocked down this time by Blake. Bronson Glasgow had his hands on it. Barden kicks towards the boundary line. Under pressure though, so it's not going to be deliberate.
A+ Labour Solutions Division 2 update. Diamond Creek 3-4-22, Banyule 1-5-11. Epping have gone to 23. Fitzroy still yet to score. Thomastown 3-4-22. They're up against Watsonia, who are 2-2-14.
26 minutes gone here, first quarter. First versus second here, A+ Labour Solutions Division 2. It is Eltham 3-1-19, trailing Lower Plenty 5 straight 30, and we're going to have another stoppage after the boundary throw-in was brought in. The players just piled on top of the ball. So another one. Umpire getting ready to throw it up. So Blake coming over the back. Sends it down into a little bit of space for Mackay to run onto. Whistle has gone. It's going to be an Eltham free kick for a hold against Jordan Sacco. Free kick to Taglieri. He sends it long to half forward and spots up Wachinga. And that was just centimetre perfect there. Sorry to borrow one of Dennis's lines, but that was unreal. That kick there by Braden Taglieri.
That's exactly what Eltham need to do. They just need to find those targets inside 50, give them every chance for a shot at goal.
And he could kick this Wachinga. We saw him kick him from absolutely everywhere against Diamond Creek in round 1. Pops it up. That is as straight as it gets. From the boundary, 45 metres out, Luke Wachinga. His first goal.
What a luxury for the Panthers. They start him across half back and they can't find the target inside forward 50. Swing Wachinga inside the forward 50 and a mark and a goal straight away for the Panthers. So a really good effort from Wachinga.
But I'm pretty surprised they started Wachinga in the back. They didn't really have much of a forward presence. We could tell very early on that Lower Plenty were going to use that target forward. They've got 3 marks inside 50 within the first 10 minutes of the game. So I'm pretty glad they've put him there now because it's going to give Eltham a good chance to take some more marks and ultimately give him some more shots on goal.
Just the 19 years of age, played at the Northern Knights for the last couple of years, but he plays like a much bigger, more powerful presence than his age suggests, Luke Wachinga, as Macaffer gets another clearance here for Eltham, and almost the mark taken there again to Wachinga. Off the contest, Laurie, Bronson Glasgow, Louis Glasgow sends it inside forward 50. Rogers trying to pick it up on the bounce. Wachinga lays a big tackle, and Naismith is held up. It's going to be thrown up about 30 metres out from the Eltham goal. We are 27 or nearly 28 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Probably just enough time for one more, and if Eltham can get it, they'll take the lead. After Lower made all the early running. Lower trying to work it out of half-back now. Sidestepping one is the Lower Plenty defender. He sends it up towards the wing. Courage required here. Sacco went for it. So did O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan still tracking it. Lets it go over the line. 4-1-25, the Eltham Panthers trailing Lower Plenty 5 straight 30.
Lower Plenty have won 4 of the last 5 clearances, but the clearances they've been winning haven't been going to much. They've just been bombing them throughout that midfield, and it's been going straight to Alpha more often than not. They need to find some more versatile and effective kicks.
And that is the siren to bring to an end a very exciting first quarter here in the first versus second blockbuster clash in A+ Labour Solutions Division 2. Eltham 4-1-25. They got off to a slow start, but they came back hard in the late part of that first quarter. They trail Lower Plenty 5 straight, an accurate Lower Plenty 5 straight 30. It's a 5-point ball game here at quarter time. Goal